Alright everyone, welcome back. Her golden hair flutters down to the ground. It is a wonder that her head is still attached. It is a miracle that her limbs are still attached. She felt that her body would be slashed the instant she went into that opening. That was the only difference. The long sword. The swordsman's technique would have stayed invincible if his long sword had not been bent. The air is shaking. Another battle is still going on behind the mountain gate. Unsure of what to say, Saber looks up at the dying swordsman. To that,
Yuke.
The swordsman tells her without looking at her. How much meaning was contained in that word? Saber pulls out her sword and runs up the stairs. She does not turn back to the swordsman. She runs to fulfill her role.
美しい小鳥だと思ったのだがな。その実、獅子の類であった。
He murmurs as if that was to be expected. She avoided something that even a sparrow could not avoid, so she cannot be something that is admired.
女を見る目には自信があったのだが、どちらも修行不足ということか。
The swordsman complains with a shrug. His elegant clothing has lost its colors already. His stomach is pierced and his blood-stained feet are vague. He looks down at them and sits. The branches shake. The wind coming down from the top of the mountains rustles the forest. And when the flowers scatter, the wind stops and the moon darkens. The swordsman has disappeared without a trace, as if his existence was just an illusion. He had a good fight, that one. At that instant, I developed the strongest weapon I have projected, but it doesn't even serve as a shield. The Sword of Separation. The mysterious sword cuts through the wind, destroys 6 noble phantasms, and cuts my body apart. It's disappearing. The circuit is disconnected and Tosaka's magical energy disperses without a place to go. I curse my worthlessness. I knew that I'm unskilled. I curse myself for never thinking twice. Why is this all the magical energy I have? Just a bit more. If I could reach into that darkness just a bit more, I could have fought like him. I fall to the ground. I flew through the air and crashed to the ground with great force. I don't feel pain from the landing. I don't have such a sense anymore. Even my mind is going blank. Before I die, the only thing filling my head is the surprise that my limbs are still attached.
そこまでか。やはり偽物は偽物だったな。お前では何も救えない。
My heartbeat gets weaker. My lungs do not move, rendering me unable to breathe.
これならば、アーチャーが残った方が楽しめた。奴も贋作者だったが、その理念は俗物ではなかったからな。
I can't see anything, but it seems like it's not because my eyes are broken. My organs are just too messed up to function as they should. Maybe it's fortunate. I don't have any sense of pain, so I should be able to die easily.
ああ、そういえば奴も言っていたな。お前の理念は借り物だと。自身から生み出したものが一つとしてない男が何かをなそうなどと、よくも思い上がれたものだ。
I can't do that. Even if I might go crazy from the pain, I need to regain my consciousness. The deep part of me says so as it points to that place.
正義の味方？誰も傷つかない世界だと？おかしなことを。誰も傷つかず幸福を保つ世界などない。人間とは犠牲がなくては生を謳歌できぬ獣の名だ。平等という綺麗事は闇を直視できぬ弱者のざれ言に過ぎぬ。雑種。 お前の理想とやらは醜さを覆い隠すだけの言い訳に過ぎん。
I raise my arm, which should not be moving. My fallen body and my dying mind. I raise my hand to grab something like I did on that day. I don't know what's funny, but someone's laughing. It seems like everyone in this world is laughing. A fake wish. A borrowed ideal. Someone's scorning me, saying that my dream won't come true. Yes, that's exactly right. My wishes are all borrowed. I just admired the wish of wanting to help someone because it's beautiful. So there's nothing that came from within me. My body has always been driven by a curse-like obsession with helping others. And that's why it's a fake. Such an imitation cannot save anything. First of all, I'm not sure what needs to be saved. But I still felt that it's beautiful. It was not born from within me. I just saw someone save others and copied that behavior. I was empty back then. Everyone died and I could not save anyone. I could not bear the fear in front of me unless I gave up, saying that humans are weak. That's why. That's why I admired the ideal. Because there was something I did not have, and its sanctity brought tears to my eyes. Is that wrong? Is it a fake if it's not mine? Even if my wish is fake, is it wrong for it to come true? No. I don't think it's wrong. I don't care, even if it's fake. I'll make it come true, even if it's an impossible ideal. It's an impossible wish from the start, an unreachable utopia. Then, even if Emiyashiro is a fake, what's there has to be true.
そうだ。そんなこと、とっくに。
I know that I can't save everything. I know that there's no help without sacrifices. I know that reality is like that because I became an adult. I know it's only an ideal, but I still continue to seek it. It's not the end after someone gets hurt. Even if the best possible outcome is someone get hurt to save many others, I still want to pursue a resolution where nobody is hurt. That there's no justice in this world, and that people die meaninglessly in reality. I don't think such words are right. And he reaches this place at the end. What I believe in. What I believed in. He said that they are all a fake. But the one who said so followed through on his hypocrisy. Then I can keep going. I don't care even if it's a fake. First of all, I'm too simple-minded to worry about such a thing. I make up my mind on this hill of swords, that if I can save the world in front of me, I will fight for it. I don't even need to think about it. My world is small. This small world is all I have ever been able to create. That's right. This body of mine is made of firm swords. Yes, so I can endure most things. And Miyashiro can keep his dream until the very end. Even if what I seek is nowhere.
なんだ、それだけのことじゃないか。
I raise my body. I can move my limbs again as soon as my consciousness returns. My body still moves. It's a wonder that I'm still alive, let alone moving after his attack, but I don't care. If I'm alive, there must be a reason why. It's just that I don't know why.
直前に盾を敷いたのか。出し惜しんだとはいえ致命傷だったはずだが、存外にしぶといな小僧。
出し惜しみそんだけ山ほど持っておいて今さら何を惜しむってんだ。
I keep my distance while I catch my breath. I know how to do it now. I should be able to do it with the backup from Tosaka. The problem is the casting. Even though I have it memorized, I don't know how fast I can get it working until I try.
今のは覇者にのみ許された剣だ。興が乗ったゆえ見せてやったが、本来雑種などに使うものではない。 エアと打ち合う権利を持つ者はセイバーだけだ。お前のような偽物に使ってはセイバーに合わせる顔がない。
Numerous noble phantasms appear, but they are all third rate. The difference is obvious after seeing that previous sword. But they are not something I can take lightly. They are more than enough to kill me. The difference in our powers is the same. Even though I managed to survive the previous attack, I cannot match that Sivir in my projection.
ほう、真似事はおしまいか。ようやく無駄と分かったらしい。ならば潔く消えるがいい。偽物を作るその頭蓋、一片たりとも残しはせん。
The noble phantasms are released. But
シロ
a blue rushing wind repels them.
セイバーか。
Gilgamesh jumps back instantly. Even Gilgamesh is cautious against Saber. He wants to avoid hand-to-hand combat with her as his technique is inferior.
よかった。無事ですか、シロ。遅くなりました。あとは私が受け持ちます。シロは離れて。
いや、ギルガメッシュは俺一人で何とかできる。離れるのはそっちだ、セイバー。
何を言うのです、シロ。その体で彼の相手をすると。いえ、そもそも魔術師ではサーバントには太刀打ちできない。それはあなたもよく知っているでしょう。
ああ、けど俺とあいつだけは例外だ。信じろ。俺はきっとあいつに勝てる。
Saber gasps. Saber is surprised because she believes my words.
セイバーは境内の裏に急いでくれ。遠坂が一人で聖杯を止めてる。けどあれを壊せるのはセイバーだけだ。
She closed her eyes once. A few seconds. No, it's not even for a second.
ご武運を。リンは私が必ず。
She says what I want to hear the most and steps away from Gilgamesh. Her silver armor turns away.
セイバー、
I stop her just once.
お前を救うことが俺にはできなかった。
And I say it. I say it in a place of one who cared for her.
あの聖杯はお前が望んでいるものじゃないと思う。だからよく見極めておくんだ。次は決して間違えないように。
シロ。
ごめん、うまく言えない。俺はお前のマスターにはふさわしくなかったんだろう。だから
I couldn't even figure out your true desire.
そんなことはない。シロは私のマスターだ。
セイバー、
サーバントとして責務を果たしてきます。伝えたいことはその後に。
She runs without turning back. She's gallant and looks like the wind. Saber has left. She believed in my promise that I would win and went to save Tosaka. Let's start. I have no hesitation now. All that's left is for me to defeat the enemy in front of me.
正気か貴様。ただ一つの勝機を逃し、あの小娘を助けさせるだと。たわけめ。自らを犠牲にする行為など全て偽りに過ぎぬ。それを未だ悟れぬとは筋金の入った偽善者だ。ああ、それだけは称えてやろう、小僧。
The noble phantasms are set. There are about 30 of them. If I want to block them, I'll have to create it.
贋作、偽善者か。別にそういうのも悪くない。確かに俺はフェイカーだからな。
I raise my arm. I close one eye and look inside of me.
勘違いしてた。俺の牽制っていうのは 剣を作ることじゃないんだ。そもそも俺にはそんな器用な真似なんてできっこない。
That's right. Tosaka said it too. I can only use one kind of magic. Strengthening and projection are just a byproduct of it.
そうだ、俺にできることはただ一つ。自分の心を形にすることだけだった。
I grab my right hand with my left and glare at Gilgamesh.
体は剣でできている。
I cast a spell. Casting is only a suggestion to change myself. These words are to connect Emi and Shiro.
そうか。よまいごとはそこまでだ。
The numerous noble phantasms are released. I'll make it. This is why one of my eyes is open. I pull out a shield from the hill to block the oncoming noble phantasms. The swarm of swords batter against the shield. The shield is me myself. My body breaks up as each petal of the shield is pierced and damaged.
塩は鉄で、心はガラス。
There's only one place I need to reach. The flowing power fills me to capacity in an instant.
なに？
What caused his shock? Is it his noble phantasm that cannot penetrate through a single shield? Or is it the magical energy in front of him?
幾度の戦場を越えて腐敗。ただの一度の敗走もなく、ただの一度の勝利もなし。
It breaks. The overflowing magical energy cannot be controlled. Magical energy 10 times the capacity of the circuit breaks its foundations, trying to escape.
突破できんだと？
Blood trickles from my mouth. The shield is full of holes now. Even though the noble phantasm did not reach me, my body is full of holes. But still,
担い手はここに一人。剣の丘で鉄を打つ。
the magical energy rages around, but I don't care. This body is a circuit specialized to use this one magic from the start. Then there should be more. There should be something beyond this if I can't make it with this circuit. No, it's already there. It's just that I can't see it. There was no limitation to the circuit from the start. There was darkness, not a wall, that stopped the magical energy. And the limit is somewhere beyond the darkness.
ならば、我が生涯に意味はいらず。
Magical energy 10 times the capacity of the circuit breaks its foundations, trying to escape, and I use 100 circuits to take in 1,000 times the capacity.
この体は無限の剣でできていた。
I cast the true name. At that instant, everything breaks and everything reforms. Fire runs. The fire becomes a wall and creates a border, changing the world. A desolate land remains, a hill with numerous swords. What does he think of the scenery? The golden servant stands there with a gruesome expression.
そうだ。剣を作るんじゃない。俺は無限に剣を内包した世界を作る。それだけがエミやシロに許された魔術だった。
A desolate land, a graveyard of swords devoid of life. Every sword exists in this world as swords are reproduced just by glance. This is Emiyashiro's world, a reality marble. It is the greatest forbidden magic that embodies the caster's internal world. This is heroic spirit Emiya's noble phantasm and the only weapon I possess. Everything is here and nothing is here. That's why this is called Unlimited Blade Works. This is the only definite answer obtained by the one who lived as a sword all his life.
こういう結界。それが貴様の能力か。
Take a step forward. Stuck in the ground next to me are the swords that are floating behind Gilgamesh.
驚くことはない。これは全て偽物だ。お前の言う 取るに足らない存在だ。
I reach out my arms. The swords come out as if to accept me as their user.
だがな、偽物が本物にかなわないなんて道理はない。お前が本物だと言うなら、ことごとくを凌駕してその存在を叩き落とそう。
I move forward. In front of me is the servant with 1,000 treasures.
行くぞ、英雄王。武器の貯蔵は十分か。
はっ、思い上がったな、雑種。
The enemy opens the gate and readies numerous noble phantasms. I run across the deserted land. The two groups of swords start the final match.
なんだあれは。
The first thing Saber sees after getting to the lake is a giant mound of meat. She is not a normal knight. She fought many monsters back when she was called a hero. She has even fought dragons, considered the strongest of the fantasy races. But even Saber falters against the mound of meat. It is not because of its ugliness. It is because she can tell that the lump of meat and the curse flowing out of it are the same as her.
サーバント。召喚を間違えればサーバントとはあそこまで変わるものなのか。
Or is that the power of the Holy Grail? She stares at it and shakes her head.
リン、どこにいるのです。リン。
She runs to the lake and yells to the other side. She is hesitant to enter the black mud. It's not because it would be unpleasant. Her instincts tell her that, as a half-spirit, she cannot touch it. She hears a voice. It is weak, but she hears her master. She looks at the mound of meat and
リン。
she steps forward without hesitation.
待った。ダメ。セイバーは入ってこないで。
Saber stops. She stops her feet and glares at the mound of meat while holding up her sword.
リン。ですが。いいからダメ。その泥に触れたらあなただってこうなるわよ。いいからセイバーはそこで宝具の準備をして。この塊はもうすぐ弾けるわ。その前に宝具でぶった切っちゃって。
Saber cannot nod to her master's words. She can tell that the lump of meat is about to hatch. The squirms are turning into throbs and the mud is spreading even further. The lake has turned black and the mud is spilling onto the ground. That thing is growing. The world's restraining power will be activated if that thing is left alone. It's natural for her to destroy it with her holy sword. But to do that...
リン、外に。池にさえ出てしまえば、あとは私が。よね。オッケー、任せた。けどもし間に合わなかったら、間に合う方を取って。セイバーとの契約は切れちゃうけど、シローが無事ならなんとかなるでしょう。バカなことを。構いません。何に変わろうが、このような呪い蹴散らして。
Saber runs to the black mud so she can get to the lump of meat. But her body does not move. Her body stops when she tries to go near the lake.
リン、レイジュを。当然でしょう。聖杯を壊せる唯一の人材をむざむざ死なせるわけにはいかないもの。それに心配無用だってば。この程度簡単に振り切って逃げ出すから。セイバーはそこで大船に乗ったつもりで聖剣の準備をしてなさい。
She sounds calm and composed like always.
リン。
But it does not need to be said that it's just a bluff. The island of meat on the other side. There's nowhere for her master to run.
なんてね。まあ、言うはやすしってやつだけど。
She murmurs while being surrounded by arms made out of meat. The situation is hopeless. Mato Shinji was saved. She ripped off the blood vessels and nerves connected to the meat to let Shinji out. One can say he's alive, ignoring all the other after effects he may have. No, he looks like he's just unconscious, so one could say that he is healthier than the girl carrying him.
問題はその後か。そりゃ心臓取られちゃ暴れるわよね。シンジを返せば見逃してくれるかな。これ
She slowly moves while she stares at the tentacles blocking her way. But there's no exit. The tentacles are blocking the way out to the lake. Even if she escapes the tentacles trying to swallow her, she will not be able to get past that wall.
まず力が
She almost falls along with Shinji, but she desperately keeps herself up. She went through the cursed sea and even performed neurosurgery to separate Mato Shinji from the mountain of meat. She went as far as using her reserve magical energy that she hadn't used for ages, but...
もうあのバカ遠慮なしで人の魔力持ってくんだからおかげでこっちはもうすっからかんじゃない
She bears the dizziness as she complains, but she's not serious. And it wouldn't matter even if she did have more power. The tentacles around her are not moving because their target is standing still. They should react right away once they find out that the thing in their bodies is a poison. Tosaka-Rin and Mato Shinji are alive because they do not have magical energy to be consumed.
けどここまでかないい加減立ってるのも辛く
Her vision becomes hazy. Even though she has a foothold, she is still in the mud. Her nerves are getting further infiltrated with each passing second. She will become the new core of the Holy Grail if she falls down onto the meat. But before that,
ごめんねセイバー言うこと聞かないだろうから無理やり聞かせる
she has one more command spell. That's enough for her to order Saber to use her holy sword.
あとあんたにも謝っとかないとシンジ助けられなんか
いいから走れそのような泣き言聞く耳持たん
Archer's still alive, huh? She stops her collapsing body. That voice. The voice coming onto her head is definitely that servant she had made a contract with. There's no time to waste. She knows his personality all too well. He told her to run, so he must have done something that she won't escape unless she does as she's told. She runs. The arrows coming down from the sky are literally a heavy rain. They destroy the tentacles, the ground, and everything in her path. There's no time to turn back. She runs full speed while carrying Shinji. She jumps into the lake. The arrows have swept the black mud away to make her an escape route. It is only for a short while, but there's only dirty water between her and the opposite shore. She runs across the lake while carrying Mato Shinji. She runs with all her might, mud splashing around her.
Saber! お願い!
Her magical energy replies to the yelling voice. There's no need to check. The golden sword mows down everything in its path with its overwhelming power. The mountain of meat is cut in half and breaks down. The black mud evaporates and the light turns the lake into a flat field. It is a waterfall of light that eliminates everything. She looks for it inside the light. The red cloak. The knight that she first made a contract with who came back to fulfill his role. I opposed a long sword with a long sword. The swords break each other and shards are sent flying. The curved sword appears behind them. But I pull out the curved sword by my feet faster than him, and I swing it straight at him. Gilgamesh retreats. I close the distance at once, pull out a sword, and slash at him. I crash my swords against the appearing noble phantasms. I'm not thinking. My body and mind will fail if I stop. That's why I'll keep moving forward. The instant I see a noble phantasm, I reel in the exact same one and swing it with all my might.